Hey everybody, I am killing two birds with one stone in this video. This is a module for my course within Modern Dating Mastery, and I'm also going to give this away for free as a YouTube video. So if you're watching this on YouTube for free, you're welcome. And if you're inside Modern Dating Mastery, you already know who I am and what this is all about. So let's just get into it. The 5 types of photos you must have for your dating app or for your Instagram. If you're missing any one of these types of photos, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not going to get very good results. You're going to have a bad time. You are under optimized and you're not going to meet and date as many beautiful women as you could be. So let's get into it. The first type of photo that you must have is some high resolution portrait shot. A portrait shot, by its very nature, means that you are sharp and in focus and the background behind you is blurry. These are shot on a DSLR camera with about a 50mm lens. Don't worry about what that means. Then I get asked the question, what about a cell phone? What about an iPhone 15? What about a Samsung Galaxy? Look, if you're in absolutely perfect lighting, I don't know, it's magic hour, meaning it's like right around sunset time and the sun has just gone down, or you're in front of a window and it's a bright day, you have all this natural sunlight coming on your face, and it's just the best conditions, and you take a bunch of photos with portrait mode on your phone. Can you maybe get away with it? Maybe. Depends how easy the dating market is. Depends on how good looking you are, things like that. These are both taken on professional cameras, and if possible, you're going to get better results. You're going to come out better looking on a true 50mm lens. As I say in the other modules in this course, if you're already going through this course because you're part of Modern Dating Mastery, then you know something about focal length. If you're new here, just on your cell phone, zoom in at least 1.4 to 1.5, ideally up to a 2x zoom on your phone to get a better focal length, meaning your face will have less lens distortion. But either any way you look at it, you could do it on a phone with zooming in a little bit on portrait mode. It is better and more optimized. You will be better looking and maximize your advantage in all this if you actually do it on a proper DSLR camera. This is pre-hair transplant. This is post-hair transplant. As you can probably tell, I touched up the hair in Photoshop, made it look like it was fully grown in. Ideally, in a few more months, it actually will be like that. And also, I'll stop having to Photoshop my hair in. The next shot that you must have for your Instagram profile, your dating app, your Hinge, your Bumble, whatever dating apps are popping at the time, is a hobby shot. Here is surfing, and some more ideas are cooking, martial arts, playing a musical instrument, any sport for that matter, gym, singing. Oh, girls love singing, dancing, and exploring, like a travel photo, like you're exploring Machu Picchu or the indigenous caves of the studious people of the island of whatever off the coast of Indonesia, whatever it is. Exploring and travel could, theoretically count as a hobby. And I'm going to show more photos and examples of all of these hobbies. Group shots would be the next one, so I'm going to show you even more examples of this in the future, or not, well, in the very immediate future within this video. The thing about hobbies, I think this is pretty obvious. It adds depth to you. The woman may have something in common. Maybe you both like to do yoga, you both like to meditate, whatever that hobby is. It's an easy conversation starter, and you're just more of an interesting human being, plain and simple. And some of these are high value hobbies too, like cooking implies, you could cook for her. Girls love a home cooked meal, very romantic. Martial arts means you can defend her. Playing a musical instrument, girls swoon. They love singers and anybody artistic. Sports, same thing, athletic, singing, dancing. These all add value. I guess the hobbies I chose are fairly, high value hobbies, but any hobby, if it's baseball, doesn't matter. It adds depth to you as a person. Group shots, pretty self-explanatory why these are important, that you have a social life, that you have friends, that, other people can put up with you and like to be around you. I think we'll show more of these in a second, but you can rent a nice Airbnb. In other modules, I show how easy it is to find an Airbnb in most cities, where you can have the setting for you can get like 7 or 8 photos just in one Airbnb. There'll be, the rooftop area. A lot of Airbnbs have their own private rooftop, the kitchen, the balcony, the living room, the other angle of the living room. And there's just some in Airbnbs, there's just like 4, 5, 6 places that you can get photos. Restaurants, the majority of my group shots take place in nice restaurants, but sometimes you can do cigar lounges. I have one in a cigar lounge as well. I'm going to show my profile pictures and the photos that I use for my dating apps and my Instagram in a second. So stay tuned for that. You know, bowling, especially these new like super bowling. If you live in Medellin, these like trendy, hip, like bowling is cool again type venues. Rooftop lounges, you guys know I love those. Travel photos. So all of you and your buddies, you hiked and you visited some mystic Asian temple in Thailand. You got like, you know, the motorbikes over there. You parked your motorbikes. You were riding around Koh Samui, Thailand, and you took a photo in front of some temple. That's awesome. High value stuff going on here. The next photo that you must have is at least doing one high value activity. And a lot of the hobbies and group shot stuff can double over as a high value activity. I, of course, for all my photo shoots, this is Steven. He is or was a client of mine. I took this photo. I took all of his photos that he has for social media. I've talked about him a lot on the channel. If you're watching this course, then you know we've mentioned the other modules that, you know, you're already part of Modern Dating Master. You're not trying to sell you more, but we can set this up for you. I do photo shoots in all cities, you know, all major cities, Los Angeles, New York, Miami. I'm even doing them overseas, Medellin, Sao Paulo, other cities in Latin America, and even Asia. So if you want to get on a photo shoot, if you just want me to coordinate the whole thing, get a seminar room full of people so you can give your speech photo, that's fine. And a lot of these other stuff are high value too. Like you got a, you know, rich, you know, new trendy bowling place. You had a rooftop lounge, you know, traveling first class private jet, you know, smoking a cigar with the boys. That could all, you know, jet skis. I think I have that as the hobbies. I put jet skis. Well, jet skis could be a hobby. I'm going to show examples of these high value activities in a second. And the all important physique shot. I believe that's the last one. There's some optional ones after that, actually. Okay, cool. So the all important physique shot, boys. So what can I say about this? If you have to sacrifice other areas of your life for a short period of time, this means you're going to fall behind work a little bit because you're at the gym so much and you're tired. You got to up the caffeine. Now you're not quite sleeping as well as you could be. You're missing out. You got to stop drinking. Like, stop freaking drinking. Damn it. Stop drinking. Damn it. I want to curse more, but this is going on YouTube as well. If you have to cut out drinking or whatever it is, whatever sacrifices in time, you know, stop taking so many foreign language Portuguese classes, whatever it is to make more time and energy for the gym. If you could just get a physique that I've talked about before, even a physique like this, which I wouldn't say is quite Instagram or dating app ready, but it's almost there. In the other modules in this course, we talk about how you can use apps and even Photoshop to, this is an Instagrammable physique. And as far as when I'm in person with the girl, when we've had a date, she's feeling my chemistry, she's feeling my vibe, I take her back home, I throw her on my bed, I rip my shirt off. Whether the lights are on or off, whether it's dim or bright lit, like this is indistinguishable from this. No woman in the history of my life since I started doing this has ever said, "Oh no, sir, you look 10% more muscular on social media." So listen, even if you cannot get to a full-on Instagram-worthy physique, if you can even get close to an Instagram-worthy physique, one of these types of photos will change your life. Did you hear that? Did it go in one ear and out the other? Let me say it again. Having a sexy Instagram and main hinge worthy physique, a physique that looks good to, you know, all women and no one's going to clown you on it. It's like by all stretches of the imagination, by anybody's opinion, irrefutably a good athletic muscular build, a nice physique shot. If you have that as your main profile picture or pinned to the top of your Instagram, it will change your life. Some of these photos may have to be like 6 months in the making as you diet and get your training on point. And like I said, even if you can't fully get there, if you can get 80 to 90% of the way there, cheating and Photoshop and apps can help you get 100% of the way, okay? Now, those are the non-optional 5. Again, there was the physique shot, the high value activity shot, the group shots, the hobby shot, and the high resolution portrait. Those are the 5 portrait. Those are the 5. that you must have. I'm going to show more examples of these in a second. I'm going to exit out on my slides and show you in my Google Photos account. And I'm going to show the exact photos that I use to put together my Instagram and dating app profiles as well, coming up in a second, so stay tuned. Optional shots, which will bode well for you if you can, is social proof with women, but done in the right way. Do you notice that I don't have my arm around any of these women? Do you notice that there's an empty chair right here? You know, women are like the FBI. Women are the CIA. They are the DEA. Women are every three-letter agency. There's an empty chair right there. Any potential woman that I would date would have studied this photo. They're going to Google you, etc. Every woman that I would date would see that there's an empty chair there and that the person who's taking the photo, presumably another guy, took this photo and I'm not sitting directly next to a woman. Or maybe she might think there is another girl there, but at least I'm not obviously, I don't cheesy, try hard, like, look at me, I'm trying to social proof with a bunch of girls. This just looks like, hey, bunch of guys, bunch of girls, went out to dinner. And the girls, so there's two ways that you can mess this up. One is like you're overtly touching the girls. It looks like it could be your girlfriend. You have your arm around two girls, like, you know, the classic, like, you know, when you think you're a player in high school or freshman year of college, you got, you know, one arm around this girl, one arm around this girl, and they're both giving you a kiss on the cheek. Okay, girls don't like seeing those photos. It works on like 1 or 2% of the skankiest, slutty girls that you probably don't want. The other 98% of girls don't like photos like that. And the other way you can mess up this photo is if the girls are beat. Okay, if the girls are ugly, it does not add value to the situation. It takes away value from the situation. So you can see all these girls are beautiful. You know, I don't know, what are they? 8s, 7 point, like they're all at least 7.5s to 8.5s. And again, if you want to sit here in the comments, no, I think that they're uglier. Okay, post your girls, bro. Post your girls, okay? All these girls are pretty, and yeah, that would be a big way to mess up the photo if the girls weren't pretty, okay? And then the other optional one is humor. This is a bit cheesy. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I would probably just remove the text there. The text kind of makes it cheesy. It says, I didn't choose the thug life chose me. And this sign says, please keep off grass. So what I probably do, and I purchased this sign on Amazon for $6, okay? And the little wooden stick was like $2. It was like $8 to like craft this photo, something like that, okay? Overnight, prime shipping, good stuff. Now, listen, if I was to redo this photo, I might just kind of I might get like a no loitering sign, and I'm just like purposely like, you know, post it up against like the no loitering. No loitering means like no waiting around, no, like you can't be here, you know, you can't stand here. Or just do like, you know, the please keep off grass photo. And I wouldn't put like that cheesy fake like Snapchat looking text. I would just like, you know, please keep off grass. And I'm just like purposely laying on the grass. Kind of funny. I'm not going to get into it now. If you've watched any of my previous YouTube videos, I don't mention this in every video, but in a lot of videos I mention this. And certainly if you're part of the Modern Dating Mastery course and community, you know what I mean by charming video content. So the humorous photos, they're a bit of an outdated technique because you can communicate your charm and your humor and your personality through video, which is even better. So these two are optional. Listen, the less attractive you are, the lower your sexual market value, meaning you're old, you're fat, you're not good looking, you don't have a lot of money, whatever it is, and or the more difficult dating market you're in, the more that this social proof with women and, you know, story highlights and a fun lifestyle is going to be like more essential, but it's super like a bonus. In the most optimized version of your reality, yes, you would get the social proof shots with women. This is Steven. This is my client. Whatever client I work with, we always make sure to just kind of check that box and get them some social proof shots with women. However, is it essential? No. Will it make a huge difference in your results if you just have a photo of you social with eating with your guy friends? No, it won't make a huge difference, but it's like, that's why I put this as optional, okay? So we talked about the 5 essential types of photos. We talked about the 2 that were optional. And now I'm going to show more photos of a few of the different types. So this is expanding on the hobbies. Remember we talked about, you know, the hobby shots. So we mentioned some ideas, but now you can actually like seeing is believing. I actually don't like this photo. I think the first of all, god damn, I was skinny there. I have like these little bird twig arms. I was not in my peak physical shape here. It's obviously pre-hair transplant. The lighting wasn't good. There was too much light coming behind me, but whatever. This is an example of cooking as a hobby. This is an example of exploring as a hobby. This is, I guess, ATVing. This is my friend Patrick, Coach Patrick Red. Shout out to Coach Patrick Red. So yeah, ATVs could be a hobby. Another, the cooking hobby. Jet skis is definitely a hobby. We showed surfing in the first example. Riding motorcycles is a hobby, and singing is a hobby. And actually, I forgot to add one. If you're like a, no offense to anybody, but if you're like an Indian or Asian software developer and people kind of like assume you're like this kind of like nerdy person, then I would say an essential sixth type of photo for, these very few people that like you give off a nerdy vibe, or you have like these nerdy glasses, or people just kind of tell you you're kind of a nerd, or you're kind of like a hoo-hoo, you're kind of a goofy guy. The bad boy shot. So like if you're coming off as kind of a nerd, if you're like the software guy, get a photo of you on a motorcycle wearing sunglasses and a leather jacket, and see who, says you look like a nerd, after that. And then also going on the nerdy thing, I think I have a photo in here. Yes. Also, if you're coming off as nerdy, you smoking a cigar with your buddy. This is my good friend Austin Holloman, another YouTuber. Shout out to him. But yeah, we look like two rich businessmen that just closed a huge deal, and our angel investors just wrote us a check for $10 million for our startup, and now we're at the rooftop lounge celebrating. So I believe this folder was meant to show more group shots. Let me confirm that. Ideas for your group shots. Yes, this was to elaborate on the group shots. So if you want to like, what are some specific photos you can copy? We already showed smoking cigars at a lounge. I guess these guys are just smoking cigars at the street. They clearly have like an external light source with them, and it's actually not fully like nighttime yet. It is close to magic or golden hour, which means sunset time. Rooftop lounge. It's not the most high quality photo, but it is of the right format. They're getting sushi, I believe. Yeah, they're getting sushi at a rooftop lounge. Cool, amazing place. This, I don't know what this is, like a wedding, a birthday party, some like, black tie, well, black bow tie event. This guy kind of screwed it up with like the black undershirt and no bow tie. But other than that, yeah, like a girl sees this, she's like, damn, this guy's up to like cool stuff. Like he's definitely up to something. This would qualify again as, I guess, like a cigar lounge or an event. This photo would be terrible for this guy, but if you're him, it would be a great shot, because there's one girl, she's really pretty. I don't know, I would give her like at least a 7.5, maybe even 8. Maybe if she had a bigger butt, or I saw a different angle, maybe even an 8.5, depending on her body, how it looks. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but they have, by all stretch and means of the imagination, a quite attractive girl. She's not a model. She's not a 10, but she's like a quite pretty girl. And then it's clearly that she's with this guy, but it still boosts the value of these two guys. So like these guys, this is like, again, I would like, it's probably like not good enough lighting for them to lose the shades. And I don't like sunglasses in photos, but I think for this case and a few other circumstances, it's just fine. And like, if it was for this guy's profile or this guy's profile, maybe even his, I would say this is like a 8.5 or 9 out of 10 photo. It's a little low quality, whatever. I'm getting nitpicky. Restaurants, yeah, most of my group shots are just at restaurants. Could be girls, could be just guys. Like I said, rooftop lounge. Yeah, here's just, the boys. And you don't always have to have like the social proof with the girls. So that was me elaborating on the group shots. Now here's me elaborating more on the high value activities, more ideas. You can be on a boat, be on a yacht, be on a jet ski. These are all very expensive, high value activities that broke boys can't do. This is me speaking on a stage to a room full.
Okay, so enough about.
I'll mute it. Sorry. I'm speaking on stage at a marketing conference to a room full of about 200 people. And again, right, whether it's a photo or, a video would be even better. Again, this is pretty obvious. I've talked about this before, but what does this portray about me? Winner, leader, boss, confident, commands respect, wealthy, successful, knowledgeable, leader of men, comfortable. He can take the pressure of, being the center of attention, all that stuff. This is a high value activity, clearly at some, at least 3.5 and before, or even 5-star resort, getting a whole bunch of food in some, he looks like he's on his own private island in the South Pacific. However, he's just, way too fat, obviously. So I wouldn't, do a physique shot if I was that fat, but it's of the right format. playing a musical instrument, insanely high value activity to women, and it doubles as a hobby shot. Something like this, right? You're just in a super nice place. He's got two laptops, or three laptops, laptop, and a phone. He's dressed really well. Again, this, working in exotic. I think I have another one here. Let me skip ahead. Yeah. So, like, working on your laptop in like a cool location, the classic, like, here's my laptop lifestyle, like working on a laptop at the beach, or some, yeah, like lounge chair at like a day club or wherever the heck this is, or in this apartment. Working in an exotic location is good for, like, quote unquote high value activity. This is me on a limousine. Broke boys and weirdos and antisocial people don't typically find their way onto limousines with a bunch of young, sexy, cool people partying, popping bottles, drinking champagne. I think I have about the perfect distance from that girl where it's like, is he dancing with her? Is that his girl, or is he just kind of crammed in, against his will because it's crowded up there? Jet skis, giving a speech. We've talked about this a lot. Here are my photos. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. We've mentioned most of these. Yeah, here's the cooking hobby shot. Oh, with a pet or an animal. Ooh, that's one thing I wanted to add too. So another optional one. I'll go through, if you're in the Modern Dating Mastery course, the text file that accompanies this, I'll add this as like another optional one. I wouldn't say it's mandatory. The 5 that I mentioned are the mandatory ones, but let's put this as another optional one. You with a pet or animal. And if you can combine things, like if you could have the pet or animal and to be in a luxurious location and it's showing your physique and you're somehow giving a speech at the same time. No, you can, but like if you can like double up on things like physique plus pet, things like that. Like here, I would say it's like luxurious location. Uh, this is an example of bad focal length. The person who took this, it was actually Walter, Fresh Print CEO. This is before I knew a lot about photography, and I didn't tell him to zoom. I don't know if you can tell, but like my face is kind of distorted from the lens. If you don't know photography, don't worry about it. But I can see it immediately, versus a shot like this where my face is not distorted by the improper focal length. If you're watching this because you're in Modern Dating Mastery, we have a module about focal length. If you're on YouTube, buy my stuff, buy my course. No, I'm kidding. I have a lot of free trainings on my Instagram, by the way. So if this is your first time here, you're like, who is this guy? Check out my other free trainings on my Instagram, Redbeard Rants 1. And then also just message me on Instagram if you want me to do all your photos for you. But it's mainly for people who make at least, 150 to 200K a year. Yeah, here's like high status, high value activity, working on a laptop on a balcony. Actually, when I used to have, I don't have this photo on my Instagram anymore because I have hair now and I'm a lot more muscular. Maybe I could go back and like Photoshop the hair, make myself more muscular, and then it would look like a quote unquote, like, recent photo. But when it was on my Instagram, every single girl told me that this was their favorite photo. I don't know why. There's something about it. So copy this photo. Like every girl out of like 25, 35 photos immediately said, yep, that's your best photo. Like, no doubt that's like your coolest photo. Yeah, with a pet or animal, we're getting to some older ones. The cooking hobby shots. We talked about pet or animal. Group shots. I'm here. I'm at a dinner with like 17 people. Again, antisocial weirdos. Don't typically eat with 17 people. Sorry for the half naked shots. There's a lot of like party shots that I wouldn't. There's a lot of shots I would never use. Like I would never use this on like a modern dating app. Like, the girl has her leg on me and stuff like that. If if um if there was no girl directly next to me, this would be an amazing Instagram or online dating app picture. But again, the fact that she's like touching me, and there's probably just too many girls in general. She's gonna assume that like I'm hooking up with one of them. It's probably like overdone. Okay, so here's the most recent ones. We'll go through these real quick, so I can just wrap this up before we die of old age. This is, this is something that I either send to girls or I put as a 24-hour story when I'm running Instagram ads. We have, a module on how to run Instagram ads in here, of course. And I would put this as a 24-hour story, but it's a little bit douchey to have, certainly as a dating app profile pic. As a matter of fact, Bumble won't let you post shirtless pictures unless you're in a pool or at the beach. So Bumble is like, you have to literally be wearing a bathing suit because you're at the beach or in a pool or something. Otherwise, Bumble will not allow shirtless selfies even to begin with anyway. And it's a little bit douchey, but it works good for stories. And just like, hey, the girl's like, hey, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, I'm at the gym, so I can say looking sexy for you. Boom, send her that. Yeah, another physique shot. Also kind of doubles as like lifestyle, fun, whatever. I don't like how I'm flexing my chest and my is it, am I the only one who gets that when I flex my chest, my nipples kind of like look like almost like indented a little bit, and I don't like. Maybe I can like remove that or something. But if you're a Photoshop expert and you'll do this for free in exchange for being pals with me, message me on Instagram. High status locations with good fashion. We talk about this. We've showed this one. Yeah, the DSLR high res portrait shot, just looking cool, kind of flexing my muscles here on the street. Again, physique shot. This would be, I don't know, just a well dressed shot. Yeah, social proof, eating with all the boys. Social proof. Now there's girls in the mix. Well dressed, luxurious environments. Yeah. And then another physique shot. Okay, cool. So, there you have it. If you're interested in joining Modern Dating Mastery, there is a link in the description of this video if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're just watching this within the community already, cool. I hope you're not mad that I gave away one of the many modules for free on YouTube. The vast majority of these modules will not make their way for free on YouTube, I promise. And thanks for watching. Cheers. Peace out.